Oh. Hello and welcome back to the stream. After a lot of attempt at relogging, I'm falling into the game. This is the early access experience, day 2. The entire elemental DC is packed full of players. People unable to log in. Queues. Oh, well, and now I'm gonna continue on with the MSQ. Holy since I'm at a different world right now, I don't get the FC buff, the reduced teleportation rate. Everything is so expensive. Yeah. Da, 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 da. This. Na, 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 na. I'm planning to play the whole day today. Gratia, do you have papers pasted on the walls of your room? So it's not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, and then forget to take them when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate though. You might see complaints addressed to other members, or a thank you card for the engrossing literature someone left behind. Hello Pam, I see your name on the user list. Beloved traditions that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of Baldesion and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. Hiya, 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 hiya. How far are you into the story now, Pam? Have you got past this place already? I only just arrived at the inn. I need this music. Enter the main hall? Enter the main hall. Oh, that's next map. So you are still very new as well. Hello, Kryl. Let me just check this room first. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. Oh, you do every side quest. I see. Yeah, I might be doing that as well. Ah, this music! Pray forgive me, I was delayed. It's fine, Urianja. We're all here now.
それじゃあ、ひとまず私から話をさせてもらおうかしら。
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
私たちの目標はテロフォロイの陰謀を阻止すること。
Come what may, we
そ
must
れにつ
prevent
な
the
がる情
Telforest
報が得られ
plan
そうな手段として、現状2つの調査があるの。
from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
1つ目、
The first involves
こ
an
れはみんな
investigation
も知
into
っ
the
てる
change,
シャーレアンの異変。
which has
哲
come
学者議会が
of a
不可解な
Charlayan,
動きをしているって件ね。
not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the forum.
あの議会は国民から選ばれた99人の議員からなるんだけど、それだけいれば外交についての考え方も当然いろいろあるわ。例えばライブラリアンと呼ばれる一派は歴史の
Bibliotex.
記録者に徹することを重要視して徹底的な不干渉を進めている。
They're the ones that says screw everything that's going on in the world and just keep their hands off of it, just to record the events.
一方で他国との協力に前向きな議員もいるわ。
Galoof!
う
Galoof!
ちのガラフおじいちゃんに近い考え方ね。
Galoof from FF5. Ah, that old man. Oh man. Yeah, Kryl is from FF5 as well.
ただ今回エオルゼアからの要請を断った件については派閥も主張も関係なくみんな協力できないの一点張り。気になったのはその中に今は他にすべきことがあるという口ぶりの人が少なからずいたことよ。
グリダニアで聞いた古篠さんの言葉もそうだった。まるで終末ってものを理解した上で別の行動を選んでいるかのような。
What could it possibly be?
そこを私だけじゃなくみんなの力を借りて調べたい。それが一つ目の調査ね。
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
二つ目はつい先日バルデシオン委員会に届いたある依頼に関する話なの。
A request.
そもそもうちは世界各地にある未解明なものを研究する組織よ。異物や異行、魔法なんかをね。
Arcane disturbance.
だからこそ排他的になりがちなシャーレアンの組織の中でも外とのつながりが特に強い。各地に共同研究者や協力者がいるの。 回連絡をくれたのはサベネア島に住む錬金術師のニッターナ。どうやらあちらにも
Nice
今日が
texture
出現して異形の万神が呼び出されているみたいなの。
Here comes the primal.
サベネア島を領有するラザハン、その
Razahan.
長にあたる大主の指示のもと、錬金術師たちが塔の攻略法を探しているそうよ。
彼女の錬金術といえば非常に古い歴史を持ち、ウルダハ式とは異なる体系を有している。塔についてエオルゼアや東方にはなかった見識もあるいは得ているやもしれません。
実際何か方策があるみたい。その研究のためにできるだけ戦闘に長けた光の加護を持つ人を紹介してほしいという依頼だったわ。
They have requested an introduction to a Kevel warrior shielded by the blessing of light. Yep, that's me. She's talking about me.
となると手分けをするとしたら、あなたにはサベネア島へ行ってもらうべきかしら。
Obvious choice.
週末に関わることだから、シャーレアンの調査にも加わってほしいところだけれど。
そうなのよね。
Yep, quite the quandary.
忙しくさせちゃって申し訳ないけれど、あなたにはどちらにも手を貸してもらえると嬉しいわ。順番はお任せするから。
No problem. Leave it to me. As
ありがとう。
always.
それじゃあ他のみんなの割り当てを決めておくわね。
Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
シャーレアンの調査については引き続き私が。それから賢人を持っている人の協力が欲しいの。
Steal the services of an Archon?
閲覧できる資料を増やしたいということね。
Huh.
いいわ。私が協力する。
Stola.
そういうことなら俺も調べ物ならそれなりに力になれそうだしな。
So that's why you are in that library-like place.
よければ私とアリゼもそちらに加えてもらえないだろうか。
お父様や哲学者議会が何を考えてるのか少しでも知りたいの。もちろんよ。ぜひ二人の力を貸して。
More the merrier.
なら残りのメンツでサベネア島の様子を見てくるとするか。
Yep. Let's go to the new zone.
お前もそれで構わないか？
ああ、サベネア島なら帝国に潜入した時に経由したからな。
Oh, he did.
案内できるほどじゃないが、多少は土地勘がある。
That's helpful.
そいつは頼もしい。ならこっちは俺とお前、それにウリエンジェで決まりだな。
Oh, the sausage party.
じゃあ依頼の詳細をまとめたものをこの後サンクレットさんに渡すわね。
Okay.
それぞれの調査が終わったらまたこのメインホールに集合しましょう。お互いに収穫があることを願ってるわ。
Horse chestnut chess. I level 515. Ah. Lena's team. Grahatia. Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready now to tackle the challenges of the day. Stola. The process by which forum members are elected is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantages to a prospective candidate, but fairly elected or not, Master Motoya still found them all to be insufferable. Alize. I still don't understand how the vote could be anonymous. What could possibly convince them all to turn their backs on Eorzea? They're just asses. If the forum is intent on concealing its intentions, then a cursory investigation will avail us little, I suspect. We will need to dig deeper and with the greatest of care. Kryla, Kururu. Hitting the books. Kryl is intent on uncovering the reason behind the forum's inexplicable behavior. Food. An unsettling change has come over Charlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the forum's carelessness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlayan's archive of historical records for any hints of connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Okay, right side. Right side. Oh, this is like the starting of Shadowbringers, isn't it? Like you have two quests. Well, she did mention that we have to do both of them. I will just focus on Kryl's ones first, and then we'll continue on with this sausage party. See you guys later. I'm so excited. Meido! Oh man, I like this atmosphere so much. Oh, I see side quests. The hunt for specimens. What's that? What is that? I'll do that later. So I finish this quest first. Side quest 1, awaiting love, Dole Dash. I'll do side quests when I reach the level gate, because I'm sure that I won't be able to progress the MSQ unless I reach a certain level. Oh, nice. I need my outlet. Where is my outlet? There you are. Beacon. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon, Charlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that. for the archives of Nomenon extend deep beneath the surface, like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the Great Kubal Library pale in comparison to Nomenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Stola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Eliza and Alfino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlayan history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once we found some promising tomes. Happy reading. Ah, books. Well, I do like books. Jajaba. Hello. I'm assisting my colleague in his hunt for research materials, specifically a thesis by Moonbreeder. It's difficult to find any one tome in a library of this size. Oh wow! It goes down. Yeah, when she said it's far deep beneath underground, she meant it. That's like how many floors? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow! I wonder if you can go down there. I don't think so. I don't see NPC or players down below. Loglocks. I'm just here looking for some tomes I need to reference for my thesis. Luckily for me, if a tome exists, it's most certainly somewhere in Nomenon. There. Time Worn. The faded title on the spine reads Stewards of Wisdom. Read the book? Yes. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Nunkref, founder of Charlayan, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlayans took The Charlayans took to heart the words of their savior and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered with wealth in coin. And the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlayan would live by the founder's teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. Well-worn manual. The title on the spine reads Forever 20 Summers. Forever 20 Summers. My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? Yes, I have. I too once engaged in such foolish practices. But one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, We have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19 or 23 or 40, whatever age you are when you discover this manual. Let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research? Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, ethological, and arcane viewpoint. This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works which contain details on the forum or mention the history of Charlatan. Wrong book, wrong book. So many books here. Alala fell. Cuts Doom. The title on the spine reads An Introduction to the Heavens. Read the book, read the book. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past, that their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? This book is on the wrong subject. Wow. So many wrong book. Still rifling through materials, are you? And unfortunately, I'm struggling to find just the right tone. Yep, that's me. Leatherbound tome. The voice of a growing city. Let's read. In the years which followed the founding of Charlatan, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlatan would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum as we know it today conceived and created. That's the right book. Would you mind leaving me through my research? Thank you. The title on the spine reads Road of All, the Colony. Read the book, read the book. Many years ago, on the banks of the Taliak in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Sharlayan colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311, of the 6th astral era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students, hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Sharlayan inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Great Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner for the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idylshire. Interesting. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idylshire. This book does not appear to contain additional information on the forum or cover the history of the Sharlayan motherland in greater detail. Okay. That frog. The title on the spine reads The Story of Sharlayan. Okay, this must be it. Long, long ago, on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a Rogadin man by the name of Nunkrep. Nunkrep was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperial realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to the aurora, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nunkrep's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nunkrep wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalatia Spine. The refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them. But it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nunkrep gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those redden pigs. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan we live in to this day. I see. They were all refugees. You have gained fundamental understanding of Sharlayan history and the foundation of the forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and await your companions. Let's go. Okay. Oh, were you looking for a specific volume? Only Archons may check out forbidden tomes. But if there is anything else you require, simply say the word. Okay. I got all that I needed. It's time to chow. After I talk to this thing, we apologize for the inconvenience, but the reference desk is currently experiencing an unusually high volume of requests, just like this game's server. Please stand by until this issue is resolved. Yeah, keep on queuing. Man, I love that guitar. Oh, it's nighttime already. Dang it, I've been stuck in the library for the whole day. Destination, everyone's here. Waiting. There we go. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alfino and Kryle should be along shortly. I was delayed in simulation. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mention the final days specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things are. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alfino and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed to cross the threshold. I see. Sad. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his positions and that of the forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsabard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvus, the coastal region opposite of the island of Tavnir. The Alagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbra Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvus braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, and they might prevent the remnants of Alagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvus under Gallian rule? For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces. But Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amoenus. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the noble house of Darnus. Darnus? Where have I heard that before? House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Alagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Alagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scale, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Alag. As the last child born with the Alagan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends in the students of Baldesion, who had me registered as a Shalayan citizen. I never even considered, forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Tancred was taken in by Archon Luisoak. Was it not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. This is exactly why why do you have to do that, /Joy? This is exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud of. Here. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into this book's chaos. More company should be arriving any moment now. Let's talk to them. Graha? What else do I know of Corvus? Precious little, I'm afraid. I've not returned since Master Galuf first brought me here. I can tell you that Corvosi rebels still seek to slip the yoke of the Imperial Masters, though the fighting is far less fierce than it once was. Oh, and they have carpets. Flying carpets! The legends are quite extraordinary. Flying carpets. There are others better suited to poring over old history books, so I thought I'd try my luck with more recent events, if I can find anything to better inform the forum's baffling behavior. Okay. It's Benui. Pink. Male pink. So pink. Let's carry on waiting. Waiting. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I am the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarat firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. Okay. Ask whatever you want. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? A complete destabilization of creation magic. Primals of unrivaled power were summoned from the ether. It's worse than you can imagine. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Stola surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Asians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of final days? The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Alfino, you can answer this. The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. I'll just pick the first option. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. I think you may be misremembering. As I recall, it was more of a gradual spread. The Amaranthines spoke of a keening sound that rose from the land itself just before a region was visited by catastrophe. We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, just as we were into the midst of the madness. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive actions did they take? They summoned Zodiac, they summoned Hydaelyn, they knocked Dalamud from the sky. Oh, they summoned Zodiac. Yes, with Elizabeth serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac, a thread that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of love once absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venat and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs, is forcing people to summon primals, a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Stola, but this time we began studying these research papers. Right, let's get back. Oof. That is pretty long. Alfino, let's talk to Alfino. Many forum members are also researchers or professors. If they know aught of the final days, then that knowledge might surface in their writing. That is my hope, anyway. Grahatia? Oh, it's the same thing as earlier. Yep. Cryo. It really is comforting to have all these dedicated assistants at hand. Right then, enough chatting, more reading. Right, continue on reading. Oh my god. A mobile game that I'm playing is having a collaboration with Chrono Cross. Oh my god. I need to watch this. Hold on, I need to watch this. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute for a bit. I'm gonna watch this. Chrono Cross! Oh wow, wow. Oh, writer and director Masato Kato. I'm sorry for these guys. Well, I'm gonna watch this quickly. It's only 2 minutes. So. Oh, so nostalgic. Music supervision, Yasunori Mitsuda. One of my favorite composers. Another Eden to get beyond time and space. Chrono Cross. Oh. Ah, the frozen flame. Wow, this looks so good. Frog. I forgot her name. Surgeon Kid. Oh wow! Wow! Chrono Cross. Hey, that pose. It's like what Kid did. That's the same pose as Kid in the actual Chrono Cross game. Nice! Nice! I'm so excited to play this one. Complex Dream. Nice. Alright, let's get back to this. Waiting. Wow, I'm waiting much longer this time. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search for the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possibly useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garen oracles for its potential to cause panic and confusion. That tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Kubal library. It is even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason then that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet, when you confronted Master Fortunaut with knowledge of the Telephoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they pose a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. No. You labor for what feels like an age as Stola's research assistant. Oh yeah, please. Any new dialogue, Alize? That's it. Okay, fine. Your efforts to gain Grahatia's attention go unnoticed. He appears to be lost in his reading. Notice me, Senpai. Senpai does not notice me. I found naught of interest so far. I think Stola might be right about not getting our hopes up. Stola, thank you for your help, but I think I can manage the rest without your assistance. If I were you, I'd steal a few quiet moments for myself. Yeah. Trial? Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Then the days was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Okay. Well, I did find one paper focused on the world before the advent of the first Umbral calamity, but it reads more like a work of fanciful fiction than an actual academic supposition. Alize! A seat at the last stand. Alize appears in desperate need of a study break. Ready for tea break, KO? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a little bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables. I'll treat you to your coffee. It's quite good. Let's have some coffee date. Speak with Alize. The Baldasian Alex. Let's have some coffee. Here I am, as busy as ever. I see. How very Shalayan that no other government cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telforoi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Let's go. Eliza is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Eliza behind by entering a different area, putting too much distance between you, or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Eliza accompany you, can return to an original location. Walk with me. Talk. Someone here in the cafe should be willing to speak. Let us ask around. Wait, we can G-pose with her, right? Let me try. Can I set her emote? No? I can't set her emote. Oh well. Pat. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telephoroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear and... Wait, you're that House Elveyor girl, aren't you? And this man with you is obviously a foreigner. I'd heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've not to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ooze of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Keo. Blah. Did I not make myself clear? Away with you and let me die in peace. Fine. Fine. There's that green frog again. Ildois. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption. We were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telephoroi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Leveilleur. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the forum, and if word reached Master Fortunaut that I was helping you... I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Oh, well then. I do not wish to give offense, but your companion is a well-known figure in the city, and you never know who might be watching. Okay. I'm gonna keep you out of trouble. Dickon! Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Eliza I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alfino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? Nope. It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Leveilleur. No matter how discreet Master Fortunaut may have been, news of your family's doings never strays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all the times? We have questions, and only Shalayan has the answers. Tell me, Master Deacon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Fortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Shalayan, aren't you? Yes, I am. Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea, I had to ask, but what do you think? Yeah, I've done everything by now. This is nothing. I can do it, leave it to me. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. Oh, the tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for one of our regulars, the Highlander by the name of Gisela. She's sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Omelette for Gisela. Behind them, you should see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask again. Just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. What's your name again? The Highlander. Oh no, I forgot already. Clear away the dish, yes. The omelette. No! I was wrong again. I suck. Wait. The tea set. Oh, my tea set. Lovely. Thank you. The telephone. Who? I'm sorry. I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ears off. Gisela, gods above, I'm starving. I never known the service to be this low. Oh, I'm sorry, Gisela. Here you go. Gisela is for yeah, the omelette. Ah, finally! 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. Talk. What? The Telephoroi? Ah yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Smitutia. Gods, the anticipation. I've heard it melts in your mouth like the most succulent roast ever made. Yeah, here you go. Your oven-baked lobster. Banter with a smile. At last! The oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The final days? This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Huh? You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Chalayan. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. So, name for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telephorae make good of their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such frenzy? Watch the harbor, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Alize, you have 2 people staring at you from both sides. 3, including me. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Yes. Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Deacon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Yeah, that cup of coffee, I promise. I got the coffee from Alize. But let's enjoy our drinks elsewhere. Somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues? Sure, let's go. Speak with Alize again. Hello, Eri. Thank you for lurking. I just saw your message. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Wow. Another leitmotif.
お
Coffee.
父様に感動を言い渡されたこと、別に冗談だと思ってたわけじゃないのよ。
Aw.
ただ実感はしてなかったのかも。あんな扱いを受けて今やっと身に染みてきたっていうか。シャーレアンに行こうって決めた時のこと覚えてる？ ラハがただならない事態が起きてるからこそお父様はあんな突き放し方をしたのかもって。実際そうなのかもしれない。頭が固くておじい様とは何度も喧嘩してた人だけど、血を流すがいいだなんて決して言わなかったもの。でもね、戦うことが正しいのかって問いに答えられなかったのも本当。そのことでアルフィノは思い悩んでたけど、私は進んできた道を間違いだなんて思えなかった。だからただ怒って反発してる。そっちの方が立ち悪いわよね。少し見方を変えたら自分も頑固で独善的なのかもって後になってからふと気づいたの。あの時あの問いになんて答えたら自分もお父様も裏切らずにいられたんだろう。
That's the cargo. Nice timing, as always.
中に入っていった。ってことはラビリンソスへの搬入ね。
Labyrinthos.
もうこの島の地下にある大きな施設のことよ。
Vast complex beneath the island.
シャーレアンといえば世界中から知識を集めてるでしょ。それは何も紙や試験管に収まるものだけじゃないわ。動物や植物、さまざまな命ある資料を生きたまま保管研究する、それがラビリンソスってわけ。
Living library.
にしてもかなりの荷物だったわね。私が住んでた頃は船を使うような搬入自体めったに見なかったのに。ラストスタンドで聞き込みをしてくれた時、グリーナーの出入りが頻繁になってるって話があったのよね。
Yep, I sure did.
さっきの船に乗ってたのも多分グリーナーだわ。それもラビリンソスに搬入を行える議会公認のグリーナー。彼らの動きが最近テロフォロイが現れた頃から活発になっているなら、そこに哲学者議会の思惑が隠れてるかも。
A sit at the last end complete. New quest. A labyrinthine descent. Lisa is excited to share your revelations. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Nomenon and I'll join you in a moment. Master Deacon still want his cups back. Right. That's a very nice little detail there, and I was about to make comment on how they're just gonna leave the cups there, but I guess they thought of that already. Leaves of Old Charlian. Oh, is that for Crafter? I'll look into it later. Crafter leaves? Yes, it is. Speak with Kryl. Let's go back to Kryl. Oh yes, I'm really enjoying the story, Eri. Oh, I forgot. you need 2 clicks to teleport now. I hope you enjoy the story too. Man, it's been really good so far. And I've not even started on a battle yet. Still just walks around, reading stories, exploring this new town. Hello, let's talk. Shola. My loyal assistant returns. There is a lexicon on the first floor that I need you to... Ah, you found something, haven't you? Yeah, the new system is very nice. Now you can see where you're going to teleport to. Where is Alize? I thought she was with you. She's busy returning the cups. Graha, is that coffee I smell? Did I miss the tea break? It's coffee break. Kryl. And the music, yes, definitely the music. Welcome back, Gale. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Yes, I did. Not exactly. Hey, we did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. Explain. Explain. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Stolar observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Ko and Alize learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telephoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by duty of such pressing importance that they saw it fit to unanimously deny Eurasia's request for aid. Now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Fine idea! What should we expect from down there? Anything would be better than burying my head in another dusty book. Yes. I understand not everyone is the studious type. Consider this a welcome change of pace then. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's go. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. I just keep on humming to this tune. I cannot help it. Wow, the trees are so beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. This reminds me of Final Fantasy 15 and also reminds me of the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Hello, cat girl. A cat girl named Ivan. I'll just pet you all the same. Alize, Ready Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alize and try not to fall behind. Off we go then. Alize sets off at the brisk walk. Come on. Walk with me. This is very Assassin's Creed. Target is preoccupied, unable to interact. It's pleasant here amongst the trees. Yes. Well, we really should move along. Yes. Can you move faster? Ali, come on. Look at that person in front of me. She's also walking with Ali. Now we run. Try to keep up. Whee! Keep to the path. Straight ahead. We cross this bridge. Okay, up here. She's fast, right? Oh no, we're going up the stairs. The rostra, not far now. Let's go. Wait. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. I speak with Elisa and follow her lead. Okay. Man, why do we have to run all that way? Oh. The Hall of Artifice. Okay, let's go. Leaf Operator. Oh, I've never been here actually. McTeal, you new? It'll take me a while to check all these, so you go on ahead. Okay. Chocobo Keep. Yes. Hello. Well met, traveler. Might I interest you in a chocobo porter? Do not tell me this is your first visit to this stop. I shall update my register with your name so that you may access this location in the future. Hire chocobo? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to hire a chocobo porter at this time. To ensure the safety of our birds, we only allow travel to locations you are familiar with. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Exercise done for the day. You're right. Leaf operator Neil Zozo. I'm sorry, sir, but the lift is presently out of service. I apologize for the inconvenience. Alfino. I've not been to Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. Elise? You didn't take a wrong turn into Rostra there, did you? I doubt the forum would take kindly to you barging into a private section. Stola? How did the forum learn of the final days? And exactly how much do they know? More to the point, what do they intend to do about it? Hopefully the answer to at least one of those questions lies below. Solenai, welcome to the Hall of Artifice. Should you be looking to descend to Labyrinthos, the lift here will take you there. Alright, let's go then. Kryl, take us there. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. Let's go. Let's go. I want to explore the new location. Here it is, here it is.
学術都市の地下深く、そこには偽りの空がある。溢れた資料を床に積む者はどんな時代にも存在したが、この施設の考案者も確実にその口だろう。住めなくなれば別の場所へ、空きもなければ作ってしまえというわけだ。おそらく最初はそれだけのこと、それだけのことがすり替えられた。知識は黙々と積まれていく、まるで抜け出すことのできない迷宮を築くかのように。
The Northern MT. Oh, that peaceful music.
驚いた？本物みたいな空だけど作り物よ。
Odoroita.
ここは正真正銘シャーレアン島の地下。感じる風も流れる水も人の力で作り出したものなの。
Nice. This reminds me of Gundam Colony.
シャーレアン島は火山島。この空間は大昔の溶岩だまりだったのよ。
No, more like it's the terminal dogma.
それを400年ほど前に見つけて資料や生態サンプルを保管する場所として改築してきた。深部は今なお拡張されていると聞くわ。
They're still expanding it.
ね
Incredible.
え、あれグリーナーの人たちじゃない？
Glina.
格好からしてそのようだね。彼らは単独行動している印象が強いが、今日は随分集まっているようだ。君たちが予想した通り、いつもとは違った仕事をしているのかもしれないね。
早速手分けして話を聞いてみましょう。
Let's get some answers then. Oh no. What's that?
今私を呼んだかしら？
Oh no.
気のせい。昇降機で急に下がってきたからかしら。
No, 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 it's not. Somebody is definitely calling you.
ごめんなさい。お互いに情報収集頑張りましょう。
Wow. Achievements. Oh. Did they rework this? Wow. I was so close. Oh, I need to clear this map. Oh, my OCD. What's in here? What's in here? I can mount here, right? Yes, I can. I cannot fly. Shit. Alright, where's the answer compass? Oh, need to talk to them. Excuse me, are you a gleaner? If you don't mind, I have some questions to ask. Lagontora. Oh, a fresh face. That's a rare sight. How might I help you, newcomer? What do you do here? Simply put, my job here is to record and classify the gleaner's acquisitions. But the work's anything but simple. We collect all manner of items here in labyrinthos, ancient scriptures, artifacts, rare specimens, you name it. Odds are we have it, and all of that needs to be inspected. What kind of place is this? This is Upper Akrinthos. Labyrinthos is primary storage facility for materials delivered via the leaf. Here we identify and sort set deliveries before they're sent on to the Archeon or another facility for safekeeping. You might say we're a service entrance for Labyrinthos. I see. Crystals. Goodness me, where to start? Fimborg. Not looking forward to transporting all of this, but I am looking forward to a nice drink afterwards. Dobbin! Hey there, Dobbin. You want to know what I'm doing? Howling books, and ore, and fauna. If it needs howling, I howl it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before though. They just did one a few summers ago even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damn if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stocks in the Labyrinthos. Right. Nani? So, what's that? That the mammoth? Charlian Hamlet. Trial. What do you have to say? Most of those gathered here appear to be gleaners. Why don't you wander around and try making small talk? Amazing. Wow. Wow. This is Singapore airport. Stola. Nay, I'm not shirking my duties. I've not been down here in an age and wish to get my bearings before I went bumbling about. From what I can see, can you see? Thought you blind. However, that is not obviously out of place. It seems that we shall have to resort to discreet inquiries, as usual. Thief. TV? Let me think. The rare seeds should be item 1058, common seeds 1059, Snarbleberry 1060. Were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the cotton carrots for the Girabanan carrots? What then? Your exchange with TV has taught you about large shipment coming in and out of Labyrinthos. Mender. Nothing to mend. Junkmonger. Nonolato. I only just started as a gleaner. I don't mind handling menial chores, and the experience is good experience, right? I'll do whatever it takes so that one day they'll trust me with those veteran requests that take you all over the world. Aaron Vile, you here to help or give me more headaches? because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Your exchange with Erenval has taught you about exhausted gleaners. Fascinating. But could we go back to what you were saying earlier? Okay. Ready to share my finding with Alize? Were you two just talking earlier? Hey, I'm getting sleepy. Any luck, what else did the gleaners have to tell? Checking stock. You have spoken to a number of gleaners about their duties in Labyrinthos. Krell should be interested in what you have to report. So, this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Krell appears lost in thought. Glorified rat catcher. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game KO, I have an idea. Didn't one of the gleaners you questioned say something about escaped mammoths? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Terribly sorry to disturb you. I need to submit this report of mine, and quickly. It's a bit overdue. Could you perform... Speak with Ereval. This is bad. I'm feeling a little drowsy. Feeling kinda sleepy, but I don't want to sleep yet. Otherwise it's gonna be hard to relog later. What do? You're so dark, I could barely see your face. bro. You wish to help me find the mammoths? I've got nothing suitable to pay you for your services. But if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I welcome the assistance. Yes, me. The name is Aaron Val, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nugsian mammoths is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there are no other mammoth species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Is it time for battle? Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard, there are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a mammoth. Or you. Okay. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Okay. Search for grizzled mice and defeat any enemies that appear. Let them fight. It's time to fight. So where do I go? Oh, there. I see it. Up there. Chicken. This is but a flesh wound. Chirp, squawk. Barely have you readied the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbush. Keep on searching. Oh, there are side quests there now. Am I gonna get level gated? No. Where is the other place? Is it not here? Ah, there it is. Let's go. Ah. Squeak. Run! The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once again disappearing into the trees. Not again! Oh, so far up there. Let's go, let's go. Sure. Squeak, squeak. More prepared for its speed this time. You succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. Nice. We got it. Alright, let me just attune to that crystals. Or maybe later. Never mind. We'll just let it be. Hey, there's an ether current there. Don't mind me, I'm just tuning, yeah. Oopsie. Come on. Ironvale. Mr. Chicken. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Here you are. Ah, there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put your friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmot seems to be unharmed. They've held out well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? What will you do with the marmots now? I, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity, the same officials who've had us working day and night of late, the honorable members of the forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know if the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Keo. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I am Kryl of the students of Baldesion. These 2 are my associates. Truth be told, the forum decision of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. I see. Wise and practical, never hurts to try again and again. Anyway, duty calls other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So we've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say it fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Telforay made the chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telforay's declaration was what set it all in motion? It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigations of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzles we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower... Oh, not again, Kryl. No, Kryl. Are you being called to the first? Kryl, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of headache. That's all. Is she being called to a different world now? Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east, through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, it is the trolls you need to watch out for. Yeah, I killed it before. No need to watch out about that. They're weak. Speak with Alfino. Right, Alfino. Over there. I think I'm just gonna finish this quest and then take a short break. Feeling a bit sleepy, and I'm misreading stuff when I'm sleepy and not able to process the information. You discovered new location. Kryl. Don't worry about me. I'm hale and healthy. In fact, I'm beginning to suspect that. Nay, let's discuss this later. The investigation demands our undivided attention. Why do you keep doing this? Stop leading me on and never follow through. Or you caught in the midst of your way here. The sprayers keep the hair. The sprayers keep the air humid, so the habitat feels as close as possible to a natural forest. I see. This is the foremost material archive in Charlian. I should love to explore its treasures shelf by shelf, but I fear we have little time for such indulgence. Okay, Alfina. Behold the Archeon. As Numenon serves as Charlian's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture here too is similar. But the architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliff sides itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Charlian's unwavering dedication to the accumulations of knowledge. Complete glorified researcher. Let me attune to this first, and then I'm gonna take a break and continue this later tonight. Yep, attuned. I'm so tired after all that running earlier. Whew. I need to get some rest. Well met, traveler. That's a big map. Alright. I'm gonna rest here. I'll be back later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by the stream. I will continue later on in a few hours maybe. I'm gonna go take a break, chill down, rest, and maybe having dinner. Laters.